Howdy, everyone. So, this is our cultural plunge project, and we are learning Community 5 that consists of me, Brianna, Sarah, Michaela, and Libby. For our cultural plunge event, we decided to go to a restaurant named the Olive Oil, and this restaurant is located in the Woodlands, Texas. Specifically, it is a Greek restaurant. And through our cultural event, we simply wanted to immerse ourselves within a culture that we did not know much about. So we decided on the Greek culture.
Through this event, we hope to connect the following class concepts. We want to see how Greek culture is embodied through food, entertainment, and activities at the Olive Oil restaurant. We want to see how the restaurant is culturally unique. We want to see how history and diversity is portrayed. We want to see the social construct, the roles of traditions, and how teamwork plays a role in the restaurant, performance, and family environment. Greek plate smashing is a huge tradition in Greek culture. It's often done at weddings or celebratory occasions. People used to believe that celebrations drew the attention of bad energy and nasty spirits, so smashing plates was done to camouflage the happy occasion. Plate smashing can also represent something ending, and plates were broken when a loved one died or a romantic relationship ended. Greek belly dancing is an ancient tradition. Ancient Greek women may have used belly dancing to worship Aphrodite and other Greek goddesses. Today it is seen at festivals, nightclubs, parties, bars, and weddings as a festive celebration. It is a popular form of entertainment in Greek culture. Opa has a meaning similar to oops or whoops. It's traditionally said after plate smashing. In modern Greek culture, it has a variety of meanings. It can be said as praise or exclamation when joining a dance circle, when partying, or when a flame is lit on the food.
Our group decided on this cultural event for 3 reasons. Number 1, being curiosity. Number 2, for the learning experience. And number 3, for an intercultural experience. The central question that we're going to be focusing on today is, what did we learn about Greek culture? Our experiences. What happened? During our visit to the Olive Oil, we got to watch belly dancers perform, try many different Greek meals, appetizers, and treats, listen to Greek music, hear about Greek culture, participate in plate smashing. We would describe Greek life as being beautiful, exciting, historic, cultural, engaging, and robust. The environment for this cultural event was historical, with statues and artwork displayed. It was also quite inviting, with the belly dancers interacting with us as well as everybody else. The building smelled of Greek food, and we heard sounds of Greek music and plate smashing.
So now I'm going to talk a little bit about my personal experience at our cultural plunge event. So I had a positive experience at the restaurant. The restaurant provided a very welcoming environment. I felt very comfortable. And I think this is very important to feel comfortable, especially when you're immersing yourself within another culture, because sometimes others aren't very willing to, teach you about their culture or like allow you to learn about it. But we had a very positive experience at the Olive Oil. And through this experience, I have learned so much about Greek culture, including their traditions, as well as group practices such as belly dancing, which is their form of entertainment that we were able to see there at the restaurant. And something I learned about myself is that I think I'm very respectful towards other cultures and their practices. I think when you're immerse yourselves within another culture, you have to learn how to respect others' ways of being, even though it might be different from yours. So I think that's a really good attribute that all people should have, especially since the world is becoming more diverse. Prior to attending this event, I really did not know what to expect. It was kind of sort of like a blank slate because, again, I did not know much about the Greek culture, which kind of made it even more exciting to attend the event. This experience has given me the opportunity to learn more about Greek culture. Again, a culture I did not know about prior. It allowed me to make connections between different cultures as well. Again, I think the Greek culture, I think, for example, celebrations are a big thing for maybe like weddings or birthdays, because at the event, if it was your birthday, they sing happy birthday to you, which again, not a lot of restaurants, or I think not a lot of cultures find that as something like worth doing. So again, this culture I feel like is really big on celebrations and things of that sort. So again, to conclude, I think this experience has made me more culturally aware, and especially in my future classroom, if I have students that come from the Greek culture, now that I have this experience, I'm able to make connections with them. And
Our experiences. Michaela. This experience affected me as an individual in that it provided me with an example of the culture behind Greek dining experience. Traditionally, here in the United States, mealtime is about conversation and food, whereas in the Greek culture, it tends to be a festive event. I felt enlightened throughout this experience, and I loved that I was able to learn firsthand about a culture by partaking in some of their festivities. I wanted to know more about Greek traditions and their dining culture. I learned about belly dancing, plate smashing, Greek food, and their mealtime culture. I expected to be educated on the Greek dining experience, and I found that my preconceptions of this experience were validated. This experience will affect how I teach and interact with my students and colleagues, and that it offered insight on how different many cultures can be, down to things even like mealtime. Being aware of this fact can help me be a better teacher by allowing me to be inclusive. I certainly do feel more culturally aware.
Greatly enjoyed my experience of visiting the olive oil. I wanted to learn more about Greek culture and history, and this cultural plunge allowed me to do that. My preconceptions were that Greek culture is festive and fun, and this experience confirmed my preconceived notions. As a picky eater, I pushed myself out of my comfort zone to try new dishes and be open to new experiences. I ordered the pastasissio, a version of Greek lasagna and Greek potatoes. I also tried some of my group members' food, and I got to try chicken parm, grilled chicken gyro meat, and grilled pitas with tzatziki sauce. The restaurant was extremely lively, with fiery plates coming out left and right, laughter and socializing, music, belly dancing, celebration, plate smashing, and cries of "Opa!" were heard. This experience has opened my eyes to a culture I knew little about before. As a future educator, I will have my students share their holidays and cultural celebrations with the class if they feel comfortable. Personally, I had a great experience exploring Greek culture at the Olive Oil restaurant. Overall, I felt like there was this great sense of community and preservation within the lively Greek environment. Through this plunge, I wanted to know what made Greek culture different and unique from other cultures. I wanted to know what was specific to their culture, whether that be food, tradition, saying, or atmosphere. I felt like I learned all those things and more. I got to order something I would not normally eat, watch the art of belly dancing, learn about the idea of plate smashing, and experience the joy that came with birthday celebrations in the restaurant. Overall, there was an overwhelming atmosphere of family and togetherness. I walked into the restaurant with very few expectations, but was very excited for the atmosphere and food. I think this has caused me to think more about the way that food brings people together in many different cultures, and I greatly enjoyed observing how it was used to celebrate and share Greek culture with others. In my future classroom, I have no doubt that I will come into contact with students and colleagues who identify with Greek culture and heritage, and I now feel like I can better understand where they come from. I do feel more culturally aware, however, I also feel like there are many aspects of Greek culture that I have yet to learn and explore, but would love to do so. Overall, we as a group shared a positive experience at the Olive Oil restaurant. Through our collective desire to learn more about Greek culture, music, food, and practices, we were able to enjoy and partake in the many traditions, cuisine, and activities they had to offer. The amazing belly dancing and lively restaurant environment gave us a glimpse into the rich heritage that members of the Greek community share. We observed that the restaurant staff functioned as a cohesive family unit, working together to promote a family environment and deliver authentic food. Despite being a different culture than our own, we were able to connect with the way that music, food, and family brings people together. Here are the references we used. Thanks, and Gigo.